This is AG from Mueller, She Wrote. Are you tired of Donald Trump sending our computer hacking jobs overseas to countries like Russia, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Israel just to save money? This year alone, Trump has spent over $3 million shipping our hack jobs and pay-to-play political attacks to foreign soil. Vote for me. I'm AG, and I'm working hard to unionize micro-targeting and psychographics so we can keep political hack jobs and dirty politics where they belong. In the United States of America. My name is AG, and I approve this message.
So to be clear, Mr. Trump has no financial relationships with any Russian oligarchs.
That's what he said. That's what I said. That's obviously what our position is.
I'm not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I did not have communications with the Russians.
What do I have to get involved with Putin for? I have nothing to do with Putin. I've never spoken to him. I don't know anything about him other than he will respect me. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing.
So, it is political. You're a communist.
No, Mr. Green. Communism is just a red herring. Like all members of the oldest profession, I'm a capitalist.
Hello, welcome to Mueller, She Wrote. I am your anonymous host, AG. With me, as always, is Jaleesa Johnson.
Hey, guys.
And Jordan Coburn.
Hello.
I have to keep my identity secret because of the Hatch Act. I haven't said this in a while. This is our first free mini-sode in a while. We've only done one other free one. Mm-hmm. We wanted to give you another taste. So that's why we're here today. But I have to keep my identity secret because I work high up in Trump's executive branch. Mm-hmm. And I can't associate my name with any quote-unquote political campaigns or my title. So that's why I'm AG. So hello. Today, we want to discuss whether or not Mueller can indict Trump. Basically, that's what it boils down to. We've discussed this on some shows in the past and have always felt that Mueller can indict Trump. But we wonder whether or not he will, right?
Right.
Well, this week, the guy who wrote the Department of Justice policy that says a sitting president cannot be indicted weighed in on Twitter, and I thought it was important enough to share as it corroborates our past conjecture here at MSW. First of all, the author of the policy about indicting the POTUS within the Department of Justice, his name is Neil Katyal. He took to Twitter Wednesday after Giuliani went on television asserting that Mueller cannot indict Trump. You remember?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Good old Giuliani. He also said in an interview that Trump can't be subpoenaed. Jordan, do you remember that?
Yes, for sure.
I think you have some information on that.
Yeah,
about I had not being able to be subpoenaed.
Yes, I had so much fun covering Giuliani's meltdown on the air last time.
He went full Nunberg.
He did. Yeah. So this was great. So basically, Giuliani gets confronted with these statements of his past, and it's related to a president. And this happened in, I think, was it 2000?
98.
98. Okay, so
1998.
So it's about Bill Clinton, right? I
was in the Navy.
Yeah. And it's on the topic of getting subpoenaed and needing to come and testify. And Giuliani is super hard line saying, no, yes, a fucking president absolutely has to come and respond to a subpoena when it's issued to them. No questions asked.
Yep, the president is not above the law. If he is subpoenaed, he must appear.
Okay. Yes. Yes. And so then he gets confronted on this interview that AG was just referencing and has to answer for his previous words.
Right, because he shows up on CNN and he's like, oh, they can't subpoena Trump. He doesn't have to answer to a subpoena.
Yeah.
That's so
and
funny.
Then the anchor's like, well, but you said this, and they play the tape. Yeah. And then as they're playing it, you hear Giuliani talking over it saying, that's not fair. This is not fair.
Whoa.
I was talking about responding to a subpoena of documents, not responding to a subpoena of a testimony in person.
Talking is a compliment. He was crying. He was like, that's not fair. You did that. You can't use my own words against me.
What do you think about that technicality of word choice to you?
Well, if you listen to the recording that's being played, I think any rational thinking person would think he's not referring to a subpoena for documents. Mm-hmm. Giuliani's referring to a subpoena for person.
Exactly.
To show up.
Well, because Clinton wasn't responding to a subpoena for documents. He was responding to a subpoena
Good
to
for him for
testify.
trying to pivot, though. He
in the
almost,
grand jury.
Yeah, and the context was
God.
absolutely.
He just
was,
broke down. He had a little tantrum.
Complete hypocrite. He's for sure referencing getting subpoenaed for an in-person testimony and saying you have to show up. And when he's confronted with it now, he's saying, "No, I was talking about just documents."
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Trump's going to yell at him. You know
he was so mad.
Fucking idiot.
Well, you know what? Trump did his research. If he vetted anyone, he might have seen that interview.
Right.
I don't know.
And he's got the best people, so he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. The PPO is on top of it, icing everyone over there. So Neil Katyal opens his Twitter thread by saying, it's important to note, first of all, how incredible it is that we are having a conversation about the indictability of the President of the United States.
That is crazy.
Quote, that's astounding, unquote, he says. Can we just get that out of the way?
Yes, moment of silence for democracy.
That we're arguing about the indictability of, and indictability is a word.
And when this whole thing first started, I remember people saying that Maxine was saying that we were talking about indictments too soon, and now we're here. There's a whole discussion. It's not even a matter of like, oh, don't say the word.
Oh, anti-Maxine?
There we go. Yeah. Maxine.
Well, I think you were just talking about impeachment.
Oh, impeachment. There we go. Yeah. So in this case, it's almost like they would go hand in hand, I think. Well, it's like, how do you get indicted but not get
one's
kicked
criminal,
out?
one's congressional, but sure.
Yeah. They do. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he just wanted to open up and say, hey, I just want to remind everyone, knock, knock on your face. We're talking about indicting the president.
Right.
This is our argument
That's
today.
insane.
He then continues on reminding us to consider the source of the assertion, and that Giuliani, being the source, might not be the most trustworthy person as a source. He's not quite a stickler for details.
Yeah, I guess right, yeah.
He goes on to talk about the context in which Mueller may have said he didn't intend to indict Trump. So he wants to know, did Mueller say that because Trump's lawyers said he would take the Fifth Amendment, prompting Mueller to say there can be no incrimination? Let me explain this, because if that's the case, the policy against indicting a sitting president could hurt Trump. Basically, and follow me on this, you guys, because this is a little cloudy. It's a little weird. But if Mueller interviews Trump and everyone agrees that Mueller cannot indict Trump, Trump might not be able to take the Fifth against self-incrimination because without the ability of indictment, there is no threat of self-incrimination.
Oh, snap.
Does that make sense?
It corners him, yeah.
So you only get the protection of the Fifth Amendment if what you say gets you in trouble. But if you can't get in trouble, you don't get the protection of the Fifth Amendment.
He's got to say
That's a very big concept, and one I'm not sure Giuliani or Trump has thought through, because they're acting like they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of things that they don't even bring up.
Then Katyal drops another bomb saying, quote, the special counsel regulations, which I drafted, do not say the Department of Justice policy must always be followed. They say that a special counsel can ask the Attorney General, or acting Attorney General in this case, Rod Rosenstein, for permission to depart from the Department of Justice rules and policies.
Oh.
Basically, if Mueller has a case, a bulletproof case, he can go to Rosenstein and ask to indict Trump to go around this memo.
Wow.
And if Rosenstein says no, it will automatically trigger a report to Congress, both majority and minority
So
parties.
we'll know either way.
Without the denial to indict by Rosenstein, there is not necessarily such a report. According to him, according to Katyal, the guy who wrote these rules, the final report requirement died with the expiration of the Special Counsel Act. So reports are permissible, but not mandatory.
Oh, I like that.
So Trump can be indicted.
Basically, yeah.
It's possible Mueller could ask for the indictment knowing Rosenstein would deny, and that would force a full report from him, which he would then have to write for Congress, which he might want to do in the first place.
Yeah.
So knowing that permission to override that the Department of basically knowing that the permission to override Department of Justice rules is feasible, that puts an indictment right back into contention. And that is the assessment of the guy who wrote the rules about indicting a sitting president.
It's like, how much more close to the source can you get?
That's nuts. So it's bad for Trump in any scenario, because if you can't indict a president, if Mueller goes to Rosenstein, asked for permission to indict, and Rosenstein said no, that forcefully triggers a report to Congress, like Congress, not a little private final report.
Exactly.
The final report requirement ended with the Special Counsel Act when that expired.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, so you either get an indictment Or if the indictment is refused, you get a full report to Congress, which
Trump
will
wants neither.
leak to the public.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll either be pissed that nothing was done, but we know, or we'll be happy that something was done and we'll know.
And if you can't indict a president, you can't plead the Fifth.
That's crazy.
Because
that's the biggest part to me.
Because the Fifth Amendment only protects you from self-incrimination. And if you are unable to incriminate yourself because you were protected
you guys talk
by zero indictments, you have to testify.
Wow.
So
I love the law when it works out.
So Trump is
Fucked.
Nice. That was probably one of our better ones.
Yeah, that was good.
We hope that you guys have enjoyed our little bonus episode. We encourage you to head to MuellerSheWrote.com and become a patron. You'll get access to all of our bonus episodes. $1. That's it. That's all. It's $1 for you. It actually means the world to us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you again for listening. I've been AG.
I've been Jaleesa Johnson.
I've been Jordan Coburn.
And this is Mueller, She Wrote. Mueller, She Wrote is produced and engineered by AG with editing and logo design by Jaleesa Johnson. Market consulting by Amanda Reeder at Unicorn Creative. Our digital media director and subscriber managers are Jordan Coburn and Sarah Hirschberger Valencia. Our partners are fastgrass.org and joysteaspoon.com. Fact-checking and research by AG with support from Jaleesa Johnson and Jordan Coburn. Mueller, She Wrote staff includes AG, Jaleesa Johnson, Jordan Coburn, Sarah Hirschberger Valencia, Jesse Egan, and Sarah Lee Steiner. Our web design and branding are by Joelle Reeder with Moxie Design Studios, and our website is MuellerSheWrote.com.